Maison, lean in close, for I have a story to tell you. It's a story about rising up, but more than that, it's about the wisdom of making the journey safe for everyone who comes after. Picture the world over a century ago. Cities like New York and Chicago, they were stretching for the sky, building higher than ever before. Ambition was in the air, thick as the coal smoke from 1,000 new chimneys. And at the heart of this vertical climb was a new marvel, the elevator. It was a promise, a chariot to the clouds, the very engine of the modern metropolis. But this chariot, Maison, it held a dark and dangerous secret. Imagine stepping into one of these early elevators. There was no gentle chime, no smooth automatic doors. An operator, often working a long and tiring shift, would have to manually wrestle open a heavy iron gate on the landing, then another on the elevator car itself. You'd step across a gap, a little space of nothing, and below you, a deep, dark shaft, a concrete throat that smelled of machine oil and cold, damp stone. It was like the mouth of a beast waiting to devour. The operator had to judge the floor just right and, most importantly, remember to close both doors every single time on every single floor. A moment of distraction, a simple human error, and the beast would be left hungry, its mouth wide open on an empty floor, a silent invitation to disaster. One misstep, one forgotten gate, and the fall would swallow you whole. Stories would whisper through the city of tragic accidents, of people stepping into what they thought was an elevator, only to find an empty, unforgiving abyss. It was a terrible gamble people took every day, a price they were told they had to pay for progress. The world, in its rush to build higher and faster, had accepted this danger as a necessary evil, a shadow that came with the light of these new, tall buildings. But not everyone accepted it. This was the world before a man named Alexander Miles, an African-American inventor and businessman. He was a man who paid attention. He wasn't just a tinkerer of gears and levers, he was a keen observer of life. He saw the hurried operator, the nervous passenger, the open shaft left like a trap in the hallway. He saw the flaw not just in the machine, but in the system that relied on perfect, unfailing human attention, a thing no person can guarantee. And in that dangerous gap between the car and the landing, he saw not just a problem, but a call to action. His wisdom, born from empathy, was about to turn that everyday danger into the automatic safety we now take for granted. You see, Maison, back in the late 1800s, the world was in a hurry to touch the sky. Cities were growing like wild vines, all steel and stone, reaching up, up, up. To climb these new mountains of man, they needed a new kind of chariot, the elevator. It was a marvel, a mechanical miracle that could lift you from the ground to the heavens in moments. But this miracle had a dark side. Every ride was a gamble, a quiet prayer whispered in a rattling cage. The promise of the penthouse came with a perilous price, for these early elevators were a risky business indeed. The greatest weakness was a simple one: human error. An operator, tired or rushed, would forget to close the gate to the shaft. In the dim light of a hallway, an open door looked like a waiting carriage. A moment of trust, a confident step forward, and a person would simply vanish into the abyss. Men, women, and even children stepped into that darkness, expecting to rise, but instead found only a final tragic fall. It teaches a hard lesson. Progress without protection is no blessing, Maison. It is a curse. A change had to come. Born in 1838 in Ohio, Alexander Miles was no stranger to hardship. But hardship can shape a sharp eye. He saw the danger that others ignored. He asked, why should reaching higher cost lives? And in 1887, he answered with a patent that changed the world. His invention was the automatic elevator door, a design that closed by itself whenever the cab moved. No more shafts left open, no more careless mistakes. He built safety into the very bones of progress. Think of it, Maison. Without Alexander Miles, perhaps the skyscrapers we know today would never have kissed the heavens. His wisdom made climbing safe. His foresight laid the foundation for the modern skyline. And yet, his name is too often lost in the shadows. Hear me well, child. The story of Alexander Miles teaches us something far greater than the workings of gears and pulleys. something beyond mere machines. He teaches us a profound truth about life itself. You see, in our journey, we face many doors. Some swing open, inviting us with the promise of new heights, new experiences. We are taught to seize every opportunity, to walk through every open door. But this is a half-truth, and a dangerous one at that. Not every open door is a blessing. Some are not gateways to success, but gaping shafts leading to a fall. They are distractions that pull us from our path, relationships that drain our spirit, or ventures that compromise our values. They appear as opportunities, but they will destroy us if we are not careful. True wisdom, the kind that allows you to build a life as tall and sturdy as the skyscrapers Miles's invention made possible, is not just in knowing which doors to open, it is in knowing which doors must be closed. It takes courage to turn away from what seems like an easy path. It takes strength to say no to an opening that does not serve your climb. Alexander Miles saw the danger of that unguarded shaft. He understood that for the elevator to safely reach the top floor, the doors on the empty floors had to be sealed shut. Your life is that elevator car. Your purpose is the ascent. Closing a door is not an act of failure, it is a necessary act of safety. It is the mechanism that protects your journey, ensuring your climb may continue, steady and unharmed, toward the person you are meant to become. If this story has opened your eyes to a new truth, consider pressing that like button. It is a small signal, like a light on a panel, that tells the world these are lessons worth sharing, that we all need the wisdom to know when to rise and when to secure the gate. In life, you will climb, you will rise. But without safeguards, one wrong step can cost everything. The wise farmer tells you, set boundaries, guard your spirit, protect your path. Just as Miles's invention shielded lives, so too must wisdom shield your journey. Every office tower, every hospital, every apartment owes a quiet debt to Alexander Miles. An African-American inventor, overlooked by history books, but remembered by every safe step upward. His wisdom rises with every closed door that protects us. The book of Proverbs 27:12, the prudent see danger and take refuge. Alexander Miles was prudent. He saw the open shaft for what it was, death in disguise, and he built refuge in steel. That is foresight. That is faith turned into action. So, Mison, the next time elevator doors close gently in front of you, don't take it for granted. Remember the African-American man who built safety into progress. Remember Alexander Miles, the guardian of every upward climb. And remember these words of the wise farmer, some doors must close for you to rise. Do not fear the shutting, for it is your safeguard. Respect it, Mison, and you will climb higher, protected by the wisdom of those who came before. Tell a friend to tell a friend, the wise farmer always has more truths they never taught you. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Please like, share, and comment with Life's Lesson with Maria.